Merry
You
Christmas.
okay?
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Andrew, this hat is very big. Although
I have no Christmas hats. I have an ugly sweater thing I could put on, but that requires effort and standing up. My Christmas wardrobe can be defined as
fail. Did you prep that button or?
No, I put it on there a little while ago and I've never used it. You know what else isn't happening? We committed to having education and EDU representative on the show, and that is also a.
Yeah, we did. That's probably my fault. Mind you, people are away. Ruben was looking at that. He did speak to me, but he's off. No, he's out.
I think the problem is that most of the schools are closing, so all the EDU people are like, "Oh, we're done."
Trying to make these
schools are shutting down for the holidays, so EDU is like, "Yeah, we're done." So apologies to those who were expecting EDU talk. We will make it a priority next year. Like we're hopefully better than we made it a priority for this show.
Well, yeah, new year, new resolution. EDU are done until next year. Yeah, Tom.
EDU and donuts.
Nah, donuts.
Is that what you said?
No, Tom said EDU are done.
Oh, I heard ED. The resolution for next year is EDU and donuts. That's what I heard.
You just want a donut.
How's
it going anyway? I haven't spoken.
I got a new job at Jabra 3 weeks ago, and I can say that they're paying me because I've been there long enough that I get my first.
Oh, well done.
So that was nice to see that I can afford to eat.
What is your new role then?
I am the senior technical consultant at Jabra,
awesome.
where I help people with primarily the Teams Room side of things, our customers with the Panicast P50, but also Panicast P20 and the regular Panicast OG Classic.
OG Classic. I really want the OG Classic. I love the 20. This is the 20 here. Very good.
With its dynamic zoom capabilities, low light 4K.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I do love the 20.
What have you been up to? Are you wrapping up for the year?
Me, yeah, trying to wrap up. And yeah, so I've been busy updating workshops. So for partners, any of you partners out there listening, there will be there's an updated hybrid meetings and rooms workshop coming January 1st.
What is a hybrid meetings and rooms workshop? Forget about a new update January 1st. What is a hybrid meetings and rooms workshop?
Yeah, so it's a partner-led workshop for customers. To a customer, it's free. It's part of the Microsoft Commerce Incentives program. So partners can deliver the workshop, gets funding from Microsoft, providing they meet the proof of execution requirements. So I need to shout to my favorite voice assistant to tell her to turn the alarm off.
It sounded like the alarm. I was like, is that coming from my house?
No, it's coming from my house because my food's in the oven. I did forget.
Boo, 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 boo.
Hard mute here.
Are you going to disappear and go get your food out of the oven? Oh, just muting himself. Karsten, I got a moment here. He's asking, and when do Jabra have MTR on Android? And my answer is that Jabra is focused heavily on innovative, modern, industry-leading video solutions. And we'll just have to see what the future brings.
Oh. So, in the pipeline?
I'm not saying it's in the pipeline. The future could be us doing freaking laser-based cameras.
Oh.
And support for 360-degree camera by having 360 cameras in the room, each focusing at 1 degree. Was that a cat that's just walking by?
Yeah, Murphy's back. I think I did say in the other episode about tagging the cat, didn't I?
Yeah.
Because he found a second home with a cat lady. Murphy he's now returned home. Not sure whether he prefers home number 1, the OG, or the second home with the old lady. But he's back. He's been in for a week. He lives upstairs, the dog downstairs. So
I'm violently allergic to cats, and just seeing a live cat gives me like PTSD. Like I'm about to have a runny nose and sneezing, and I don't like cats because they are aggressively and actively trying to kill me. Just their presence starts stopping my breathing, and that's a direct path towards death. So,
so yeah, I was allergic to cats. Met my wife. She had 6 cats.
Good God! You married a crazy cat lady?
Yeah, we only
cat lady. I can't say crazy. She's in the room, right?
No, she's not. So I'll say she's crazy, but yeah. So I was a mess. Eye streaming, couldn't breathe. But now,
no, that's called love, Martin.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's what happens when you're in love.
Right, we better swing back. So
swing back. Hey, speaking of swinging back, we'll talk a little devices here real quick. Did you get you got an MTRW now?
Yes.
Did you set it up?
Hold on, maybe. So I got a little gift. Santa came early.
You have your background. Just so you know, you have your background.
I was resting something on top of it. Will it work, Michael?
Yeah. There you go. The proper Pelican case
with an MTRW on. So thank you so much for that, Michael. That was a good surprise gift that just arrived.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. That's the kind of gift I give people. If you're a coworker and whatever, I just send out full MTRs. You know what's $5,000 gift among friends? I don't know. What's a Logitech Rally Plus cost? I don't even know. No, especially the one that's like a 4-year-old model or 3-year-old model.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't think it's full of American plugs. I am gonna have to do some.
You have to get the little adapters.
Yeah, but no, thank you for that. So I'm MTRW and MTRA now. So
A, it's where you're Canadian. I've got an MTRA.
All sweet. Yeah.
So yes. So meetings, boot camp for partners. Refreshed on January, because I sent you a message yesterday or the day before saying, "Hey, there's the slide's out of date," and you're like, "Yeah, let's wait till January 1st."
Yeah, so the Hybrid Meetings and Room workshop, which we built together, done an update for January. So January 1st, it should be available. There's been lots of feature updates, of course. So I've updated the decks, the common area phone license changed to the shared devices license.
Yep.
So shared device.
I think that's the one I sent you. Was the slide with
shared device license panels. I've shifted a few things around, kind of optimized it for more discussions.
So you went through all of the Teams portfolio over the last 3 months for the update.
Yeah.
What's your favorite new feature?
Oh, new feature. Well, IntelliFrame, not here yet.
It's not here yet, but
yes. That was good. I'm trying to think of all the other bits I've updated. Oh, we added Teams Premium Deck in there now. Updated Pro Management Portal content. We've ripped out the managed services piece because of the licensing changes. So the management deck now has new Pro Management Portal content in there. Literally,
look at that.
I went through everything. Literally, it was more than what we thought. More than what I thought.
I mean, it's a big.
Yeah, replace. Like the Lenovo Think Smart had a few images in there, but that's coming end of life.
Gotta go.
Display. So out the door, replace with new display. So
don't forget about the Crestron Flex Teams display as you're updating the images from our friends at Crestron. As I sit one next to it, Crestron, we're your friends.
My food is still in the oven.
What kind of food is in the oven?
1 minute. I was having pizza. If it's still not black.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, do that. I'll tap dance for a minute. So Friday night is pizza night. So we'll just talk Teams devices quickly if you haven't kept, or just Teams new things in Teams. The one it's kind of no one's hyping up. The one that I really like is on Android, the ability to support touch display to control the meeting as well as the console. So it used to be, if you have an Android touch display, so you can like walk up to the Teams Rooms on Android screen and touch it and it does stuff. As soon as you paired a console, the touch display quit working. Teams Rooms on Android would not respond as you're pounding on the screen. Somebody's calling. Decline. Now, so as soon as you added a console, you had to 100% use the console. Now it's a much more discoverable or less discoverable, depending on how you look at it, where end users can walk up to the screen and touch it or use the console. So some people, depending on the organization, they may have some rooms with only the touch screen and no center of table console. Some rooms may have both. Now your end users don't have to like start smudging a screen for no reason like I do with my MacBook Pro. I got a MacBook Pro. Sorry. I have touched the screen twice expecting it to do something, because when Steve Jobs died 10 years ago, he said, who wants a touch screen, as he was releasing an iPod and an iPhone. And Mac OS just patently refuses to add a touchscreen. Anyway, so that's one of my favorite new features, the walk-up and whiteboard. Interesting. And then Michel Bowman, he just hopped on. We saw this at ISE in Barcelona last. When was last ISE? So Tom, I got an M1. I need words with my manager because it's through work. I'm like, you couldn't have spent the $200 for an M2, $200 extra. I mean, it's not like we're talking the difference between $100 and $300 here.
What's the M1,
M2? The chip, the not AMD, but the non-Intel chipset.
Okay.
The non-Intel chipset that Mac OS uses, and they have solved the problem that the Windows team cannot, in that it's high performant and low energy. May 2022, Graham Walsh jumps in and says, so at ISE, we saw the walk-up and whiteboard. So I believe there was a Yalink in the Microsoft booth, and there's a walk-up and whiteboard, and it was really cool. And now, like, well, he said May, so June, July, August, September, October, November. Did I get the right number finger? So half a year later, we got the features. As for, am I going to be at, will you see me at ISE this year? To be determined. So I do not have a flight booked or a hotel room booked yet.
Yeah, I'm the same. I do want to go. Anyway, walk up. If you share I've just shared my screen. We got a little. There is a tech community blog. Walk up and whiteboard. Is this what we're looking at here?
This graphic is really not useful. Black. Wow. Whiteboard. It's like 3 screens. There's this doesn't really need to be animated because it's just 3 screens.
There it essentially is. There is the whiteboard button here. So
yeah, you would walk up, tap the whiteboard button, and then.
So what's this? Bring whiteboard to an ad hoc meeting. They're too fast.
Which is so it's a real. Oh, it's the neat board. Michelle says, sorry, we're using the neat board, not the Yalink.
Share content, collaborate on whiteboard. Aha! This little.
There you go. So for these boards, Neat and Yalink have one. These are like, it is a killer application, right? Like the Surface Hub became the killer app, was being able to just pick up the pen, the whiteboard starts, and you can start drawing and flow charting and ideating. This does it as well. Now there's a whole different use case. I guess let's talk about it briefly between Surface Hub and Android boards. And that the Android boards are basically Teams rooms, so they're limited in what they can do. This is just one app. It's the only app, if you want to think of it in that mindset. It's the only app on Teams rooms on Android. Whereas the Surface Hub, you can, it's got the full Edge browser, so you're basically unlimited to the websites you can go to, web-based applications, plus many things from the Microsoft Store you can install. So you have full Word, full PowerPoint,
Office.
You have all that on the Surface Hub. You can also on the Surface Hub, and maybe Graham can jump in if the Neat board supports it. The Surface Hub has HDMI in, so an HDMI ingest. So I connected a streaming player to it, and I use it as a TV.
You're ideating, I suppose.
I ideate while watching World Cup.
There is a note. Availability of this app may vary depending on the device model and make. Please work with the device manufacturer to confirm app support timelines for your device.
Yeah, and JB365 from YouTube, that Yalink has a Windows PC module. I didn't know there was a PC module. But
it's in the back like the hub, I think. You can shift it out.
Yeah, so that would probably be like, I think it's analogous on Surface Hub. You can run it in like bypass mode, where you just take your own PC and connect it to the Surface Hub, and you basically use the hub for the screen, speakers, cameras, microphone. So I think that's probably the same thing.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. We're getting all the live local late breaking. The Neat board does have a second HDMI port for content ingest, such as a Fire Stick. So
you're okay.
It was. I don't know if I was asked. I did just say I didn't want a Neat board because I did need another giant screen, and I didn't know.
You can put it in you can fit it. I can see a great space right between the two plants and trees you have in the background.
My Christmas tree.
Ah, yeah, you have another one. Look at that. But you can fit that right in the middle. Some foliage left and right of a board.
Yeah.
Good. You can have Teams Fridays written on it and everything. What more do you need? Right.
So what else do we have?
What else more do we have? So
I haven't tried this yet, but I believe the whiteboard will also work. I think was it Graham? I saw a screenshot of it. You don't have to have one of these board large format screen Android devices. You can use it on any
content sharing
Android with a touchscreen.
Yeah, more accessible from the share whiteboard in here. Redesign share menu and whiteboard support for resource accounts.
Because that's now all Microsoft supports on Teams Rooms Android sign in is resource accounts.
Yeah,
signing in as an end user no longer supported.
So in some cases, this is a new. You might have missed it whilst I was dashing downstairs to rescue what was my pizza. New software update for MTROA. Is that right? New software version to get these features we're talking about. Yep. Oh yeah, there it is. App version 1.449.1096.
Clearly, I mean, yeah, it's 1449. Duh.
This version, there is some meaning to the version numbering, though, isn't there?
I'm sure there is, but I much prefer Teams Rooms Windows, where the next release that's rolling out now is 4.15.
Yeah, I guess in here I can see the date 2022-12. Must be December 05, 5th of December. No, it can't be the 5th. Really, it's been out that long. Could be.
Well, that's maybe the day the last compiled date, but not the day they put it to the Teams Admin Center.
Maybe Graham knows the cryptic numbering format of here, but that's good. Nice to see. Nice little another Christmas present before Christmas. Early one.
I should probably download on Selling Teams Rooms. There's the Christmas Clippy Teams background.
Is that the one with Clippy when he's holding some cookies?
I don't know.
Because I've seen that one. Somebody had that. I was talking to someone yesterday and they had that. What else is new? We did add some of the great training content you made that we did on our boot camps to Teams Academy. So onto the Teams IT admin training. So that we refreshed the MTR on Windows and Android devices training materials. So
is there a web page? Like, how do we?
There is. Let me just stop screen sharing so I can go and find it. There's probably an AKA link, but I can't remember what it is. AKA.ms Teams Academy.
I did see, and I'm cool with it, that the learning page for Android and Windows that are out there where the PowerPoints are available.
Mm-hmm.
That they. Here goes some Graham stuff. That you removed the link to the YouTube videos, which is good because it's 3 years old and so out of date.
Yeah, so I've been helping a little bit with this as well. Share screen. Share screen. So AKA.ms Teams Academy. Logical name. Hopefully, yes, you can see if you bring that on. Yeah, so AKA.ms Teams Academy, getting started with admin training for Teams. So under the technical,
there you go. Yeah, this thing you got rid of the team, the window. Keep going.
Yeah,
actually, can you zoom in? It's a little small. Can you?
I can
zoom in a little.
Yeah, so the technical training. That is going to be refreshed. I had a call, and I know there is some MVPs helping update some of this content. That will be. It's not yet, I'm afraid. But good call out here. Have you seen the Teams Devices Deployment Playbook? That is awesome. And also,
that's how you get to it. Okay, it's all. I think I knew there was a Teams Phone deployment.
Yeah, there's a Teams Phone and a Teams Devices. Teams Devices Deployment Playbook. So that's good. And then this is the content the Teams Rooms Foundation for IT and AV Pros. This is content you did most of that lifting in here. So that's now available and also in PowerPoint format.
Which is wonderful because I've taken it and I'm jobrifying it.
Well, why
wonderful
not?
Yellows showing up all over these slides now, and purples.
Android devices, that's also as well. And Ruben may be bringing some Teams Phone training as well in the same format with different modules.
So let's see that Teams Phone deployment playbook. I know we on what show was it?
Teams, which one? Teams Devices or Teams Phone?
Teams Phone. We went through the Teams Devices playback with what show was it? Teams Tech Talk?
Too many shows.
Yeah, whatever. And Matt Slomka and Tony Woodruff went through the Teams Devices playbook, and there's only a brief mention of the Teams Phone deployment guide.
Yes, this is the Teams Phone deployment guide. So all about deploying Teams Phone. It's quite lengthy, but a ton of great material in this playbook all around.
So is this similar to the Teams Devices one, where eventually you'll get to a screen and you can kind of click on what you want, it bounces you to where you need to go?
Yeah, so it takes you through kind of organize your Teams Phone transition project, going through discovery, planning.
Thanks, Graham. I knew it was recent. I just had a fade on when we had the Teams Devices playbook on. I'm like, yeah, it was. Apparently, it's been a long week that I forgot Monday already.
So it takes you through the whole transition to Teams Phone. So from discovery, planning, deployment, organizing, what's key to do as part of a Teams Phone project. Build your transition team, project team, timelines, project team sponsors, some sample timelines. So some great material you can use, sample project plan. What do you do in the discovery phase?
Now, is this Teams Phone capital P? This looks like Teams Phone capital P.
Capital P.
Teams Phone. So the actual dial tone calling piece.
Yeah. So it takes you to, there's a ton of great material. Teams Phone, these are really good. Teams Phone persona definitions. So the Teams telephony design, consideration for migration, device selection. So end user profiles, often thinking a Teams Phone deployment, what user personas do I have? What features do they need? What devices would suit them? So there's some great content in here to help going through that discovery process and deployment. Common telephony personas, workspace personas.
I just want to point out, I saw there's a news article called "Is a Candle the World's Worst Holiday Gift?"
Why did you see that?
The Los Angeles Times with a hard, late-breaking news. Anyway, so personas, existing telephony infrastructure. Don't give candles, apparently. Don't give candles.
Yeah, I do have a lot of candles. It takes you through the whole thing. So step by step. There's towards the end, I think it might be in the planning.
And then somewhere there's the link to my empowering.cloud videos on how to set up direct routing and Operator Connect.
They should be here. But yeah, it takes you through goals, activities, and then considerations and decision points. So it takes you through that journey, which is really nice. There's quite a lot to it, but
what's interesting is these are PowerPoint files, right? So you could just edit these as for your own documentation or
you could use them for your own planning documentation. What is my cat doing? I don't know what he's doing. He's like tearing my.
Cats are vicious, aggressive killers. If you didn't know that, they're constant hunting predators.
He was drinking coffee out of my cup this morning.
See, now he's hopped up on caffeine. What's worse than a regular cat? A caffeinated cat.
So great stuff. Connectivity models, but PowerPoint. Take it, make it your own. Use it for. If you're a partner, customer delivery. So a lot of this, we've taken stuff out of the phone deployment playbook and put it into the updated modernized communications workshop. That worked quite nicely as a lead into that. So new modernized communications workshop for partners, January 1st. A lot of this updated content is in here as well. So, but a lot of great content to use as well. So why not go take it and
very, very
use
cool because this is pretty complicated actually.
It's got Teams Phone Mobile in there as well. So considerations, decision points, direct routing, complex, simple. There's a ton of work in here. So engineering have been in on this, I believe. So awesome little resource, really. I don't think there's anything else to note on the Teams Academy page, but if you haven't seen it, definitely check this out. There's a ton of rooms, resources. There will be more coming. And
those interactive guides, those are a little dated UI wise, but everything is still accurate in them. For
there's
one for Teams Rooms Windows and one for Windows, one for Android.
Yeah, like you can go through an interactive guide, auto-attendant call queues, configure direct routing, but I think you did that in Empowering Cloud videos.
I did, so don't use that. Just watch the Empowering Cloud video. You can pause it. You can play along with your environment. That's how we roll.
That's how we roll, right? So yeah, that was that piece.
I'm gonna throw in a little advertising here.
You are.
Here. So last week I hung out with Ollie Henderson and Jimmy Vaughn, Rob Houston, Eric Taylor, and myself. We did a very non-salesy webcast talking about Teams Rooms. Really, is what is new in Teams Rooms. Hybrid talk coming on Monday is. Here's this how Microsoft is supporting the return. Oh, geez, hold on.
Is that what you're doing on Monday?
Oh, it did. It reorganized. So this is what we're talking about Monday. But I believe if you go to the link and sign up, you can watch the replay of the one from last week.
Oh, enhanced Teams Rooms and the Jabra P50.
Yes, there was a demo of the P50, but note there's very little like salesy and why Jabra should be used in your environment and why the P50 and blah blah blah. There was just a demo of it of what it is if you're not familiar with it, but very much not going away. And then a giveaway we'll be giving away. I don't want to say exactly what they're P20s maybe and a few other things. So that is coming up. I put the link into the chat gn.smh. Since you can see RE9 capital V lowercase m.
Wow, easy to remember. Rolls off the tongue, that one.
Doesn't it though?
Yeah, GN.SMH.RE 9M. We've got. Sorry to jump on the back of your event.
No, I was going through the notes you sent me about what we can talk about today, and I saw you had the something or other. They do more with less phone webinar. Yeah,
so we're just putting together a Do More with Less Teams phone webinar, partner webinar. January 18th, there'll be two. There's kind of an America's EMEA and an APAC one as well. So
it seems like a conflict that we just saw a big device deployment PowerPoint for phone, and now we're saying less phone. Do more with less phone.
Yeah, I mean, the Do More with Less is a big Microsoft message, but yeah, there is more you can do with less in terms of telephony and leveraging Teams Phone to do that and calling and simplifying telephony. So there is still things in that. But if you want to know more, there's also some new resources that are coming. Definitely register and sign up for the webinar. I'll post some information out after this. So
all right.
Be sure to do that. So there's some.
There you go. Tom jumps in. Do more with your Microsoft phone and less with your old PBX. Simple.
Yeah. Simple.
I mean, I did that at the little social cultural group where I'm the IT person. We're on Teams Phone, and I leaned over here earlier and the phone was ringing, and that is the phone for the social group. So as we're doing the new board of directors, I'm going to attempt to give them all a CCX 500. So, because it's a social thing, we have no full-time employees. So when you call the main number, the phone rings in the building, but 80% of the time there's no one there. 90% of the time there's no one there. So it goes to voicemail. So the hope is that several of the board of directors with a little PoE adapter and Wi-Fi. Yep, I didn't say Wi-Fi calling, and Wi-Fi will be able to then answer the calls and give better customer support and better support to our members. So that's doing more with less. And there's a small PBX hanging on the wall. And one of these days, we've already ripped out most of the cabling to it. One of these days, in with the screwdriver to pull it off the wood panel holding it up on the wall. So
Yeah.
we're trying to do more with less hardware, well, less in building hardware and more distributed hardware.
I've seen the do more with less messaging pop up in so many places, like local supermarkets, and just slightly reworded. But
is that the modern version for under promise and over deliver?
Say that one again.
Under promise and over deliver.
Well,
like at job and say we're going to put out a webcam, and then we're going to over deliver because the webcam has picture in picture and it's got video tracking and all that. And it's like, well, I thought you guys are just doing a dumb webcam.
There's a lot of, I mean, when I work with, there's a lot of people with so many multiple things. Oh, the cat's back. So many. That's because my pizza's sitting here. So many multiple, for example, UC tools, messaging here, this, meetings for that. Do more with less, consolidate down, and save money at the same time. But that covers across. There's lots of elements of Microsoft 365 that you can do, and have a look at that.
It was talked about on selling Teams rooms, but I honestly wasn't paying attention because I was producing the show, so there's probably some comments going in. The auto lower hand on meetings, is that just like a timer? Like after a minute that you just done, or how?
So from the roadmap item, excuse me, just remove my cat. The roadmap item says it will automatically lower your raised hand.
Actually, the easy way to do that is I raise my hand as soon as I come off mute. Ostensibly I'm speaking, then it would lower my hand.
Yeah, so I did put this on LinkedIn because I saw it pop up and I was like, hey, how many times is that an old hand? Somebody said they call it the legacy hand. Is that a legacy
hand? All right.
That's a new one. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you click it, you talk, and then you're like, oh, sorry. I left my hand raised. It's been there a while, but I didn't mean to. Let me find the roadmap item.
Yeah, Tom says you get asked to do it first. So it's like, hey, do you want to lower your hand?
And
if you ignore it, it'll do it anyway. And if you
Yeah, here it is. Right, let me share this.
Stale hand, legacy hand.
Stale hand. Yeah, that's another one. All right, roadmap sharing screen coming. Why can't I share that screen? I don't know what's going to happen here.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, it is sharing the right one. Let me do a bit of a zoom again.
A bit of zoomies.
No,
but you can zoom 2 or 3 more times. I can hardly read that. There we go. Now we're talking. Now you're cooking a pizza with gas.
Yeah. So that jumped in the roadmap.
Stale raised hands.
Yeah. So to reduce the number of stale raised hands in a meeting, we will now
after we detect they spoke. So it's a little
yeah. So that's pretty cool. I did like that. They'll be able to choose to keep their hand raised. If the user doesn't take any action on the suggestion notification, we'll automatically lower it. Ensure a smoother meeting facilitation.
In the Jabra tenant, my personal tenant, I now see the enhanced emoji palette, so you can pick any of the 1,000 emojis.
I still just choose I like the ability to pick lots, but I still end up picking the default ones all the time.
I mean, it depends if I'm in a hurry or if I'm trying to be funny. So if I'm in a hurry, I'm like, yeah, okay, it's a meeting. Thumbs up your idea or whatever. But if I'm trying to be funny, I will spend like on a GIF. I will spend way too much time trying to find the exact correct one, and then the moment's passed. And then people are like, Mike, why did you send a GIF to a comment from 3 days ago? I'm like, it took 3 days to find the perfect one.
So I mean that was cool. I just think something nice little feature could make a massive difference. Do more with.
Speaking of stale hand, I forgot to take Tom off the off the screen, so we have a stale comment.
Stale hand for a feature that's going to remove them. But yeah, that says GA March 23, so that popped in 12th of December. Yeah. So very pleased.
I wish. Is there a way to install Teams 1.0, the original one? Like if you have an executable, then just to look at it for a minute and see how simple. the basic that had to look?
Man, you'd need. I don't even know. I mean, the executable will be a version of a point in time.
Yeah.
You'd have to lock the update, but to sign in, it would probably.
It actually made. Yeah. Did they do it like other things? Like, oh, this version's too old. You can't sign in.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes
like you need one within the last like 6 or 9 months. So it might not even work. You'd have to look at a video then.
Yeah. Right. Let me stop the share on the screen. But the only other thing I had. The only other thing we had that we did some work on redesigning the Teams Rooms partner practice page.
I think I noticed that. I went to it yesterday, day before. Again, somehow I have lost my short-term memory. I don't remember anything anymore.
Teams Rooms partner practice. Yes, it is. Present. So yeah, we got some good feedback that the page was just.
I'm going to look and see if I'm still in first place in the Empowering Cloud trivia engine.
Yes, we did some. It's mainly an Electron shell, but also all client sign-ins are blocked, I believe. Yeah, so we were.
Yeah, I think I remember that because the cloud APIs are going to change so much that stuff would just not work as the old client can't even speak to the new backend services.
Yeah, if you dump my screen on whilst you're looking where you are on the trivia board. Murphy's back. Yeah, so aka.ms Teams Rooms partner practice. So we've redesigned this page to help you as partners build out your team.
Man.
Well, there's resources for defining your strategy. You're really engaged in learning about this, aren't you? I can tell. So 3 steps. You've got resources, ton of stuff. Go visit the page, learn about the workshop, and more resources will come to this page. We will be doing some work on kind of consolidating the meetings and phone and trying to make it a bit more simpler. But that's some of the stuff I've been working on.
Do you know, we got a question from William Nance. Do you know anything? I haven't played with it. The Teams Rooms on Android, far end pan tilt zoom control. And if Graham maybe is still with us. William says he went through the config changes and it says no camera detected.
I did see that come in and out. Let's see if there's a road. I'm sure I saw something on the roadmap.
I have not played with it. I remember when it was added to Teams Rooms Windows, it would work with just about every camera. It had to have pan tilt zoom control. So does the camera you were working with actually have pan tilt zoom support? That'd be the only thing that off the top of my head is that the camera doesn't actually have pan tilt zoom support, so you cannot pan tilt or zoom it.
Just having a look here. The room remote allows users to enable shared meeting room devices from the Windows desktop PC via the Teams client. The feature first launched on mobile, now be available on Windows PC form factors when joining a meeting. No, not sure on that one.
Yeah, Graham's jumping in. He says, I'm right. I'm not a little unclear which MTRA cameras support PTZ. So Yeah. All right, I'm running out of things. I'm going to do one thing really quickly.
Go on.
We're going to play some trivia. We're going to play it twice. One, you can play it, and then the other time I'm going to run through it the way I play it. So there's this is my Teams. Can I hear zoom in a little? This is just Microsoft Teams. There's an app called Trivia Engine. Kevin Keeler and Tom Arbuthnot are involved with it.
Oh, nice.
And so what you can do, let's see if I can get to it. Trivia Engine. I'm clicking on a bunch of things. Refresh. Wake up. It's not a problem with this. I'm using Teams in the web browser, so not quite as great. My current so there's all these different challenges, so companies can make their own. So science, brain power, music mania, right? But you could do things like learn about our new HR policies or learn about Teams Rooms, that sort of thing. So there's one for the Empowering Cloud Holiday Challenge. Are you ready, Martin?
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll start. Here you go. 10 questions.
Ah,
Oh, you got distracted
I'm
by
not
the
the
cat.
timer, am I?
There's no way you're getting a number one on the leaderboard at this pace. Which one? Too late. You got a 0.
I was going to say 2.
Well, you should have. Okay, Noel.
Right. Oh, Noel. The French word Noel is often used around Christmas, but what was it? Joy. That birth, of course. Yeah.
There's also like Joie Noel. So, all right, next question.
So far, I'm killing it. Retention. Create a retention policy and sign it to the group.
That one?
Yeah.
All right.
I haven't even seen this.
What?
What is it? All right, I'll just pick a pull.
I'll help you on that one.
What
you
is
phoned
that?
a friend.
Let's dial plan. Update the global dial plan. Go for 4.
You going to 4?
It's 4 or 1, but
we ran out of time. But that's okay. You were wrong anyway.
Use the extension to ensure ID. Correct order attendant.
I hate these. 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. How many do you have?
Oh, there's a tiny one there. I missed that. 12.
10. I should go with 10. I counted 10 the first time. That's on me. That's on me.
Yeah. One.
All right, we got 2 more.
I haven't seen this film.
All right, which city, if you haven't seen it either? Since you're a Grinch who doesn't like Christmas movies. Which city?
Bakersfield. Milk and cookie settings. Number 4 has got meeting policies.
All right, one more, and then I'm going to show you how I play this game.
First, use your fingerprints to unlock the device.
What was the poem? It was The Night Before Christmas, originally titled A Visit from St. Nicholas.
There you go. All right, you got 8,360. You 150th.
I'll take that.
All right, so I'm going to do this, and here we go. I'm going to try to, I have the 4th highest score, so I haven't, let's see how I do. Canada.
Oh, you're just fast.
We
had that one.
Not QoS, so policies.
How many times have you done this?
KFC fried chicken. ATA and SIP Gateway. And Austria. There you go. That's how you do trivia, Martin.
Well done.
Missed one, 45,706, not on the board. But basically, yeah, I have all the answers memorized now, more or less. So I just look at the answer.
Oh, well done. Right. Are we going to call it a day? I've got to go get the kids and wrap a birthday present.
Go get the kids. So,
well, hopefully I'll talk to you again before the
If not,
Big
happy
day.
Christmas,
Yeah, happy holidays to everyone. Thanks everyone for joining us on our
happy New Year.
Teams Friday chat of everything.
And next year we make a promise to have EDU and donuts.
Yes, when they're back at school.
Yes, when they're back at school. All right, goodbye,
All right.
everyone. Oh, hold on, we got music to get out of here. Here we go. Okay, bye everyone. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.